Okay, so as you can see in the background, we have unlocked the Serie A player, Defrel, and it took some time. It really did. So if you could leave a like rating on the video, it would be very much appreciated. To get this guy, you've got to do quite a bit. You've got to win 10 matches using Serie A players. All of them you've got to use a full Serie A team. Score 30 goals in that time, assist 20, score a volley in 4 separate. Can be a bit annoying depending on who you come up against. And you've also got to score with a finesse shot in 8 of those wins. That's if you do it in 10 games anyway. But yeah, we've got it done. It took some time, but we are good to go. If you need some coins to improve your team, look no further than IG Vault for the cheapest coins on the market, and don't forget to use the code Kieran to get yourself a discount at the checkout. There's a chance to win some free coins just by clicking the link in the description too. Okay, so obviously this guy comes out as a cam, but I get the feeling some people might actually use him as a striker. So we're going to start him as a cam, but in-game we might give him a go up front as well. So this is the team we're going to use him in, and here is his attributes and stuff. 4-star skills, 3-star weak foot. Do wish he had a better weak foot. Is left-footed, of course. Injury prone, the only trait applicable. And in regards to in-game stats, there's a couple of good stats on here, but there isn't anything screaming at me saying, ooh, you must have this card. I like the acceleration. Obviously, that's a very good stat to have. His composure's alright at 81. Ball control and in-game dribbling are quite good at 89 and 90. But other than that, there's nothing to stand out. He is 5'10" and does have 85 heading, so hopefully we can get some use out of that. But yeah, as I said, there's nothing too, like appealing about this card in terms of, a standout stat that's going to really grab someone's attention. So what chem style are we going to use? I think Engine's going to be the one. Give him a nice pace boost, bring that balance and dribbling right up, and also makes his passing look a bit more appealing for a cam. But I do have to say, I think a lot of people might go down this road of going Hunter and using him as a striker, and I'm kind of thinking that that might actually be the best option for him. Okay, game 1, and we are up against hero Robbie Keane, and also that rotor knockouts for Kia, who I absolutely despise playing against because he's just a nightmare to tackle. To the path of Simeone. Chance for the Frenchman who gets the shot away, takes a deflection. The shot was going miles wide, but yeah, ends up being a save, an easy save for Donnarumma. It's a chance from distance. Oh, thought that was close, and it actually was. In the end, was actually nowhere near the goal. Oh, that's a great through ball, disguised well into the path of Shevchenko. Gets the shot away, and it's not a great shot on the pressure. Good through ball there from the Frenchman. Well, that was a pretty boring half. Not too much action to discuss. Quick change at the break. We're going to put him up front for the second 45. Hopefully, he can do a decent job in that role for us. Bit of space to shoot. We'll take it off. Good save from Donna. Big intercept there from the Frenchman, who's now through on goal. Chance to... Oh, wow. It was a weak foot strike, and it really should, because that should be at least at minimum on target, in my opinion. Here's a chance. Defrel made a good wide run there. Down the wing, Kimpembe is going to not come across. He's going to cut inside instead. So that's going to give us a chance to cut inside, and look at that. That is a bad shot. Aiming towards goal. Bit off balance maybe, but... Still feel like the shot, the output should be better. Kante, great bit away from him. Defrel, tight angle, does not matter, he's hit the back of the net. Keeper got a touch to it, but it still had enough power to get around him. It's a chance to break now. Put the ball through for Chong, who's going to get round Kimpembe really nicely. Keeper, what's he going to do? He's not going to stop the shot. He's not going to stop the shot. It's a chance. Can we get through this gap here? Kimpembe in pursuit. We cut inside nicely. Hit the finesse shot. Good save from Donnarumma. Defrel to deliver. Chong with the header. Oh, off the post. And full time comes around and we get ourselves a nice 3-1 win. Now, what am I thinking early doors about this card? I'll say straight away, not a fan of the positioning. He sits back a lot, and that is very frustrating. But obviously very good to see him get on the score sheet and set up another goal as well. Whoop, almost forgot to push record. This is what we face. Very interesting side. Like, there's a couple of really good players in there, but there's also some average ones. So yeah, let's see how we do. Oh, Simeone get that ball through. There's a chance for Defrel on the weak foot. Does not take it. There's a chance to break now. Defrel puts the ball through for Simeone. Here we go, breakaway chance. If we can find the right through ball, Defrel into the path of Simeone, who's now got plenty of space to run into. Plenty of space to run into, and he's held off a bit. He thought I was going to pass. Not going to happen. And an assist for the Frenchman and a nice goal for Simeone. Chance. Ball switched into box. Defrel with a header. Not quite the cleanest connection. Good defensive work. Question mark. Okay, half-time, usual subs are going to happen. Defrel is going to go up front. Bruno at cam, and Mane can actually join him up front. There's a chance for a quick break. If we can find the right pass, and that's a great through ball from Defrel. Mane, plenty of open space. He's not going to bring his keeper. Oh, have I messed this up? No, oh, yes, I have. I thought I'd recovered. Here's a chance. Great ball from Bruno. Defrel against Mings. Just the keeper to beat now. We're going to go for the dink, and it's going to be a good dink as well. And that gives us a very comfortable 2-goal lead. Here we go. Defrel, bit of pace. Upamecano coming across. Are we going to get another dink? Not this time. Can we win the header? Yes, we can. Is it on target? No, it is not. Good play. Chance. It's going to be another dink. Oh, I thought that was just going to miss there, but just on target. And that is the game wrapped up nicely. And there's full time. A nice 3-1 victory in that game. And Defrel getting himself on the score sheet a couple of times as well. Probably should have had an assist, but as you all saw, I bottled that. Okay, couple of games out the way with this card, and I won't lie, I don't care to actually play more of it because I just did not find it an enjoyable card to use. That being said, I'm not saying it's a terrible card by any means, but I really don't think it's a card that you need to, instantly have in your team. I do not recommend doing what I did and sweating it out to get this card. I would not have done that unless I was doing it for content, so yeah, that's literally the reason why I did this. Anyway, what did I like about this card? I liked his turn of pace, I liked his acceleration, that was very, very good. I also thought his ball control was pretty neat as well, and in some tight spaces, he actually felt really, really fluid. It's just a shame that that wasn't a consistent thing. It really, really is. Dribbling wasn't too bad either, but once again, it was just a bit inconsistent for my liking, and that was very, very frustrating. In regards to his shooting, he's certainly got a very, very powerful shot on him, and his finishing really isn't that bad, once again, when in space. And I've been saying when in space quite a bit on purpose, because when this guy is under pressure, you will notice instantly his output is nowhere near as good. I do think his composure does hurt him quite a bit. His composure rating isn't that bad, but in-game, it just didn't feel good. It has to be said. Yeah, so in terms of things to like I've already touched on, ball control, acceleration, shot power, but other than that, there isn't really too many standout positives to this card, to be honest. There's quite a few problematic areas. Passing was okay, but for a cam, not good enough in my opinion, even with a chem style. So I would probably advise using this guy as a striker, and as you saw in the clips, at the start of games I used him as a cam, in the second half I used him as a striker, and I just felt I got a little bit more out of him in that striker role. That being said, we better cover the negatives to this card. One of them is actually the base positioning of this item. When he makes a run, he isn't bad, but his actual base positioning I thought was a bit meh. Like, especially in midfield, he just sat back so deep, and even as a striker, his positioning just wasn't great, and that was very, very frustrating. He's one of them cards who I feel you've got to work really hard around to get the most out of, and that's not really something you want, especially in something like Weekend League. So yeah, that is a little bit annoying. Another thing I was not keen on at all was this guy's stamina. He seemed very, very tired towards the end of the game, and if I wasn't doing a review on him, I probably would have looked to have subbed him off, which is yeah, obviously quite annoying. Obviously, he does have pretty good heading accuracy, but I really didn't feel that in game, and yeah, that's a bit of a shame. Maybe that's me just being bad with headers, that's a fair enough comment, but for me, the heading just didn't feel all that special. I don't want this review to come across as like completely negative, because it isn't, a terrible card. I just don't think it's a brilliant one, and I just think there are better cards available within the game. In fact, let's pull up the Serie out right now. Who would I use over this item? Instantly Dybala. He's like 19k. Fair enough, he hasn't got as good pace, but he's got better dribbling, better shooting, better passing, and pretty much just as good physicals, to be fair. So yeah, put a Hunter on Dybala and you've got yourself a much better card. I understand this card is technically free, but does actually cost about 2 to 3 hours worth of your time. But yeah, I think it's a card worth unlocking to maybe bang into an SBC or to keep if you're a fan of the player or the team he plays for. But I don't think it's a card worth unlocking to put in a weekend league team, if I'm being honest, which is a bit of a shame, but it is what it is. Anyway, guys, those are my thoughts on the 86 rated league player Defrel. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you have, drop a like rating on it. Any questions, pop them down below. Subscribe if you're new. I'll catch you in the next one.